There it is. Got it.
Got it. Now all we need is people.
Yes.
Slowly but surely, they're getting assigned.
Yes. Okay, you're seeing my screen now?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Hello, Terry.
Hello.
I'm going to give it another minute or two for people to get into the breakout rooms that they choose to go in, and then we'll get started.
Okay.
Are you a resident along this section of the corridor, a business owner, or just?
I am both a resident in Center Township, and I also work for Beaver County Transit.
Oh, okay, great, wonderful.
I think John Fisher is probably on here somewhere, but I didn't know what room he was going in. I figured it might be better if we each went into a different room so we could both get information.
Sure.
But he's the primary person at BCTA for that kind of stuff, but I'm also interested as a resident.
Right. So we spoke with John. We conducted a key person interview. Actually, we spoke with him several times and received data and information from him, which is valuable to this process. So he's been very helpful.
Right. Yeah, he's the primary person for that kind of thing. I just do the data stuff. Actually, whenever I work with SBC, it's usually with Chuck and Brogna.
Mm-hmm.
And I provide data for ridership to you guys when we're asked for it.
Yes, great. Well,
but yeah, like I said, as a resident, I'm also interested.
Sure. So we're here to talk about this section between Old Broadhead Road and Frankfurt Road, which is the intersection there that takes you out to 376.
Yes.
And we will look at a number of locations along the way. So this is really the overview of our section here. You can see Broadhead Road up in the top right-hand corner.
Let me see. I'm new to doing this, so, oh, there we go. Okay.
Got it?
Yep, got it.
Okay, great.
Am I the only one in here with you?
No, Christina has joined us. Hello, Christina.
Okay, great.
So I'm going to begin by describing the alternatives that we are discussing for this particular section, starting at Old Broadhead Road as we proceed up the hill.
Okay.
So starting at the intersection of Old Broadhead Road, actually we're proposing an eastbound right turn lane onto Old Broadhead Road. So that would provide a separate turn lane heading onto Old Broadhead Road and then towards the Penn State Beaver campus there.
Okay.
So John, right now, there's coming out of Monaca, there's a left turn lane to get on Old Broadhead Road to go to Penn State.
Existing.
Right. So when you say
yeah, right. Coming out of Monaca, there's a left turn lane. This is
that what you're talking about?
No, actually, I'm talking about when you come down the hill from the Lowe's Plaza as you're traveling eastbound.
Okay.
We would be we're considering a right turn lane on the eastbound side there,
where everybody just goes on the shoulder to make the turn.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yes. And so you can see the targets along Broadhead Road as we proceed, and those black and white targeted areas are locations of existing signals, and we are proposing that those signals be retimed to lessen the delay at each of the intersections as traffic is proceeding through them. Then when we get up to the development area where we have Stone Quarry Lane and what have you, we're recommending a number of improvements there. So first of all, on Wagner Road, as you're proceeding eastbound, that would be coming down the hill. We're proposing an eastbound left turn lane. And in addition to that, there are pedestrian improvements that we are recommending in the area. So completing the sidewalk network at the Walmart Plaza and the Township Marketplace. The sidewalks in that area are not connected. There are many gaps in the sidewalks as you proceed. If you start on the Walmart Plaza side, cross over Broadhead Road and onto the Wagner Road and the Lowe's Plaza side, and then up the hill to the Target and the movie theater. There are a lot of gaps in the sidewalk. They're disconnected. Pedestrians are either walking along the roadway, which is unsafe, or they are walking through the parking lots. And so we're recommending that the sidewalks be connected in those areas so that one could get from the bus stops, the transit stops, from one side of Broadhead Road, the Walmart side, to the Lowe's side, and vice versa, and then connect the businesses throughout those plazas, both on the northbound and the southbound side of Broadhead Road. In addition, the Penn State Beaver campus sits up on top of the hill behind the Walmart Plaza on the southbound side of Broadhead Road. And currently, there is a footpath that comes down over the hill into the Walmart Plaza. And so we're recommending that that become a formalized multi-use path so that the students will be able to access the businesses both on the southbound plaza side and then on the northbound plaza side, so they can access the goods and services that they need throughout that particular area.
Could I ask a quick question? With the retiming of the signals down at that intersection of Old Broadhead Road to Broadhead,
Yes.
will that also include the westbound side that's a left turn? Because I just from driving that, I have seen multiple accidents. I don't know, like the eastbound traffic maybe should have a stop when that left-hand turn has a go.
Yes, that is a part of the evaluation and will be part of the recommendations.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's probably I've actually witnessed the accidents, and it does seem to be people not paying attention or not being able to see when they make that left-hand turn that oncoming traffic's coming.
Sure.
John, can I ask a question also?
Absolutely.
So this is Christina. So when you're coming, I guess west, coming up Broadhead Road from Monaca, and you come up to the, I guess, Gulf View by the Beaver Valley Mall, many people make that left-hand turn onto Gulf View that connects to Stone Quarry Road as a shortcut to get to Old Broadhead Road, and there's hotels in there.
Yes.
So I know Old Broadhead Road isn't part of this study, but you want to talk about accidents at that intersection, coming out of Stone Quarry Road onto Old Broadhead Road by the Holiday Inn. Then there's, you can make the left to go up to the Comfort Inn and Suites, and the old Forza. There's just so much congestion right there. And especially with so many of the out-of-towners coming from the Shell plant, I come up the hill off of on Frankfurt Road to where the big intersection is,
Mhm.
and I continue straight, and I am never behind a Pennsylvania plate. It's either Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, but those guys don't have any. You have to make the left turn if you're in the left-hand lane off of Frankfurt Road to get onto Broadhead Road to go down past the mall and Walmart.
Correct.
Those people in that left-hand lane, even though there's an arrow with the sign that says left turn only, they just plow ahead straight. And we've seen that. And then the following intersection down Old Broadhead Road, where people take the shortcut or come out of the hotel. It's terrible. It's awful. So
Yeah.
I don't
Christine,
know if that is
Christine, are
going to
you
happen.
talking like where it goes by Bowser's? That little,
Yes,
Yes.
yeah,
that they take
I
that
would agree. Right
shortcut.
there by that Sunoco, right
Yes,
there by that Sunoco, where
yes,
it's sort of a four-way. The visibility is poor.
oh,
Um,
yes. So the out of towners coming from Shell, either going to the hotel at Forza or the Comfort Inn and Suites, that area right there is terrible. I got hit by a guy going 55 mile an hour. He hit me coming up that hill.
Oh,
It is
wow.
just terrible.
Yes.
So I don't know if you have any plans to combine or do something for that shortcut area, or going, coming straight up Frankfurt Road, having to make that left, make better signage, or another lane. I don't know.
Yes. So that's a great segue to the discussion about Frankfurt Road. So we are going to talk about a couple of alternatives for Frankfurt Road. So this is the existing scenario that we had, the existing condition of Frankfurt Road that you're describing.
Mhm.
And this is what we're referring to as a no-build option. So as you are heading southbound on Broadhead Road, so you're coming from the mall and you're proceeding towards this intersection, we have what we refer to as false capacity on the northbound side of the intersection there, because you have two lanes on Broadhead Road that then very quickly change into, well, you have to merge into one lane there. So
Mhm.
that's providing false capacity. That is providing an opportunity for people to be aggressive in their driving, especially if there's traffic backed up at the intersection, which there often is, so that you have traffic coming in on the right-hand lane and then wanting to merge very quickly, as they go through the intersection to
Right.
get back down to the one lane. So that's one issue there. The second issue is that there's what we refer to as split phasing on each of the approaches. So that means that it's a four-way split phase, and that means that there's only one direction of traffic is moving at a time. So we have the four quadrants here: northbound and southbound on Broadhead Road, and then eastbound on Frankfurt Road and westbound on Old Broadhead Road. And so if the northbound Broadhead Road folks have the green light, the other three directions are not proceeding. And so that is inherently causing delay. And so we are looking at the alternatives. We'll look at options to improve that so that it can go to a split phase approach, which means that you would have the north and southbound could be moving at the same time, or the eastbound and the westbound could be proceeding through the intersection at the same time. And then we also have what we refer to as the high-speed slip ramps. So those are the ramps that transition you. If you are coming from Broadhead Road towards Frankfurt Road, you don't have to go up to the traffic light, but you can proceed on the slip ramp and then merge onto Frankfurt Road. And again, that's designed as a high speed slip ramp, and so that traffic speeds are high. Again, it promotes aggressive driving, and that occurs really in all four quadrants. And so we're looking at what we can do to reduce those. Now, when we talk about traffic as well, and the amount of traffic that goes through the intersection, we grade it on a scale from A to F, like you grade in school. And currently, based on the existing conditions, primarily because of the four-way split phasing on all the approaches. It's functioning at an F level of service, which an F is essentially failing. D, C, B, and A are all passing. Closer you get to A, the better the level of service is. So there are known issues here with regards to the traffic level of service that can be improved. And so we'll take a look at option 2. So this is an option that would remove the four-way split phase traffic pattern that we currently have there. It also removes the slip ramps on the southbound to westbound. So that's Broadhead Road to Frankfurt Road, removes that slip ramp. And it also removes the northbound. So that's Broadhead Road heading north towards the mall, eastbound to Old Broadhead Road. And so we're proposing to remove that ramp. And what that does is that will calm the traffic at this particular intersection.
John,
And-
may I
yes.
make another comment?
Sure.
So I see on this slide, on the left, Frankfurt Road coming up the hill, that you haven't added a lane to go into that slip ramp. If you're heading up towards Aliquippa, if you take that Frankfurt Road slip ramp, you're making a right onto Broadhead Road. Do you see what I
Correct.
mean? Okay, so there, the traffic coming from Shell, I sit in it every day. There is not a third lane there, but people use that as a third lane. I mean, they start down at Toys R Us, old Toys R Us,
Yes.
riding that berm.
Right. So what we're proposing in terms of lane configuration as you come up the hill from Toys R Us is that there would be a right-hand turn lane that would take us into that slip lane there.
Okay.
That is shown, that would take us on Broadhead Road, southbound heading towards Aliquippa. And then we would have one through lane. That is that would be the right lane, would allow you to proceed from Frankfurt Road onto Old Broadhead Road. That would be a through lane. And because most of the traffic, it goes from Frankfurt Road onto Broadhead Road, we're proposing 2 left-hand turn lanes that would bring that traffic onto Broadhead Road heading northbound. And then heading southbound on Broadhead Road, so coming from the mall and heading towards this intersection, we're proposing 1 left-hand turn lane, 1 through lane, and 1 right-hand turn lane.
Okay.
And then as you are proceeding, or wait, I said that wrong. As you're heading towards the mall, we're proposing 2, no, that's right, 1 left-hand turn lane,
Mhm.
1 northbound straight lane, and then the right-hand turn lane. And we're doing the same thing on the northbound and the southbound sides. And then on Old Broadhead Road heading west towards Frankfurt Road, again, we have the small slip lane, we have 1 through lane, and then we have 1 left-hand turn lane. So that really, I think, addresses the traffic patterns and the volumes that we have better than what exists out there today, because it really provides for the bulk of it accommodates the bulk of the traffic movements better from a capacity standpoint. And so this increases the capacity to levels C and or D, depending on which section of the intersection you're traveling through.
Hi, this is Mike Durwall. I'm with the chair of the Planning Commission and Center, and I apologize I was late.
That's okay.
I saw the first one, a bit of it, and that looked like an enhancement to the existing situation. And I'm looking at this one right here, and I have a tendency to I speak very plainly.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't mean to be a pain, although I can be. But I just don't see this as an improvement. So
Mhm.
maybe I don't know enough about it. The first one, I'm not quite sure it was added. I got in late. It's my fault and I apologize.
Well, the first one was a no build condition. So that's the condition that exists today.
Okay, okay,
And part of the issue with the condition that is there today is that's a four-way split phase, meaning there's only one leg of the traffic is moving at a time. And so if folks are traveling northbound on Broadhead Road, the other three lights at the
Right.
intersection are red. And so that's causing delay and backup on those three legs that are at the red light. So this condition proposes to improve that by eliminating that split phase and really allowing traffic to proceed in north and southbound direction at the same time and east and westbound directions at the same time.
okay.
And then what this is doing from a capacity standpoint, it's addressing the main traffic volume through this area is really Frankfurt Road to Broadhead Road. And so this proposes two left-hand turn lanes, a through lane and a right turn lane on Frankfurt Road as you're coming up the hill from the 376 and up past the Toys R Us, the entrance to the mall there. And then so that will reduce the delay in traffic because we are accommodating a higher level of capacity going from Frankfurt onto Broadhead Road there. And then there are some other improvements here, like providing dedicated left and right-hand turn lanes and a center through lane on both the north and southbound legs of Broadhead Road. And then by providing a left turn lane on Old Broadhead Road and a through lane on Old Broadhead Road, as well as the right turn slip ramp onto Broadhead Road going northbound. So it will improve the current conditions. The current conditions out there, we rank evaluate the traffic and the level of service on a letter grade system like you do in school. So A is the best, F is the worst. Currently, because of the four-way split, the four-way split phasing, the intersection currently operates at F. If we were to go to this alternative, this would improve it on one leg to a C and then on the other leg to a D. And I have one more option to review here with you. So option one is the no build. Option two is the split phase removal, but with a more traditional traffic intersection. And this is option three. So this is a proposed roundabout. And this all fits in the existing space that we have there. So again, we would remove the existing slip lanes in this option, and we would put in what we refer to as a modified roundabout here. So what that means is that it would be two lanes in the southern, the eastern, the southern and eastern quadrant would accommodate two lanes of traffic. So that means that there would be two lanes coming into the roundabout from Frankfurt, two lanes going up the right-hand side. And then you have the options there to either peel off and go onto Old Broadhead Road. You can continue around the roundabout on the outside lane and go to Broadhead Road, or you can go around the inside lane and come back down to either Frankfurt Road or Broadhead Road heading south. And then conversely, coming into it from Broadhead Road on the northern side, so coming from the mall heading south, You can come in and you can take the bypass lane from Broadhead Road to the right onto Frankfurt Road, or you can enter the roundabout and then, you have your choice of location that you can peel off and go to from that. Then from the old Broadhead Road intersection heading westbound there by the Kings, heading in the direction of 376, we have the 2 lanes that would then allow you to enter, either take 1 lane onto Broadhead Road, the right lane onto Broadhead Road, or the left lane would enter you into the roundabout for your choice of direction. And then from Broadhead Road heading northbound, you have, again, the option, there would be 2 lanes coming into the roundabout that would allow you to take your choice of exit from the roundabout coming as you head north. So this dramatically improves the level of service in the intersection. We go from the no build situation that is an F to an A and a C, depending on which leg that you are coming into this. This also maintains 2 lanes of traffic flow from Frankfurt Road onto Broadhead Road heading northbound, which again is where the majority of the traffic flow enters and exits through this intersection. So this is an improved level of service. So I don't know. What I did is, I guess I'd like your feedback on the 3. I mean, we have the no build situation, we have option 2, and we have option 3. So do you have questions on any of those options, on option 2 or option 3? And if you don't, I'd like you to take a minute in the chat box. If you click on the link, there's a survey, and the survey will ask you questions about your preferences related to each of the options, the alternatives that we are showing you today. And so if you could, yes.
This is Christina.
Yes.
I love option 3, the roundabout, but let me give you a scenario. Coming up, and I'm sorry, not my east, my west, coming up past Toys R Us on Frankfurt Road. So you've got a 18-wheeler in the left-hand lane coming up, and he's going to go, eventually wants to get down to Walmart, and I'm beside him, okay, and we're coming up, and I know there's 2 lanes in the roundabout, but from the roundabout in Rochester, I know that it's pretty hard for those 18-wheelers to make that circle, and I'm just concerned with having enough room for a car to come up beside him to go straight on Old Broadhead Road. And then the other comment I had is, if I'm coming in the opposite direction and I'm in the through lane, sort of, if you understand me, and there's an 18-wheeler in the 2 lanes trying to go straight, how that cross traffic would work if I want to continue on to get on Frankfurt Road and not make the right turn. Do you know what I mean?
If you're saying you're coming from the mall on Broadhead Road, heading
No, I'm coming from Old Broadhead Road, coming up past Kings, and I want to go to the down towards Toys R Us. That was the second thing I was saying. So but there's an 18-wheeler coming around that bend, and he's going to go straight onto Broadhead Road towards Walmart. So of course, obviously I've got to wait for that. There are 2 lanes in the roundabout, though, correct? Am I assuming correctly?
Correct. The tractor trailer would be in the outside lane as he approaches Frankfurt Road, and he would stay in the outside lane around the roundabout and then proceed and then exit onto Broadhead Road heading north. And so you would be in the left-hand lane coming out of Old Broadhead Road by the Kings, and you would yield to the tractor trailer as he's proceeding through that intersection, and then you would cross over into the roundabout to get over to Frankfurt Road.
Okay, but if I'm coming up the hill now, past Toys R Us, coming from the Shell plant, I see there's 2 lanes there. So
Correct.
the tractor trailer, if he wants to go, would he not be in the left lane to go around the roundabout to go onto Broadhead Road towards Walmart?
No, he would be in
In the right-hand lane.
he would be in the right-hand lane. The inside lane is for traffic that is going to proceed to Broadhead Road heading south heading towards Aliquippa.
Oh, okay. Okay,
And yes, you know, tractor trailer traffic through roundabouts, you know, that's engineering and design will address that to make sure that the roundabout is designed of a sufficient size so that the tractor trailers can negotiate their way through the intersection and maintain the lanes that they need to be in without impacting, you know, traffic that would be parallel in, you know, beside them.
mm-hmm. All right, thank you.
John, comment? Mike Durwall here.
Yes.
I notice that when you are coming from the mall heading toward Frankfurt Road,
Mhm.
okay, you have it's a bypass lane there. There's a separation where that traffic does not seem to interact with the traffic circle. Okay,
Correct.
why would that not be useful and exist on the opposite side, which is to say on Broadhead Road, coming out of the heart of center, breaking right toward Old Broadhead Road, Penn State, Kings, and so forth, to bypass the circle entirely. I mean, it appears that there is sufficient space there to do that. It would seem to be useful and to avoid quite a lot of conflict.
Yeah, that's a very good question. And offhand, I don't know the answer. I would need to ask the traffic engineers that question, and I will ask them that, and we can report back to you with
Okay.
that. I suspect it has to do with the volume of traffic and the direction that they're proceeding with the primary traffic going north-south along Broadhead there through that intersection, wanting to maintain the 2 lanes of traffic through there. And I don't know if there is enough traffic proceeding towards Old Broadhead Road to warrant a separate bypass lane, but I will ask the question.
Yeah, it seems like there's space there.
Mhm.
There is a fair amount of traffic that uses that. Anybody with a destination of Monaca or Monaca Heights and so forth instinctively head that direction because they eliminate the 4 or 5 red lights in the mall Walmart area. So they sneak down through there quite often.
Mhm.
But yeah, that would be generally, pardon me, generally speaking, you know, Rochester's traffic circle has been pretty much a success. The only downside is when there is an accident, everything stops in very short order. But I don't know that it's happened all that much, and there's very seldom more than a minimal delay there. So I would have to say, for my purposes, the circle is definitely the circle seems to be superior.
Mhm. Yes, and part of the recommendations for the earlier portion of Broadhead Road. So as you're coming up from Monaca and proceeding through these intersections. So we're hoping that over time, as projects are implemented through this corridor, that they will improve the situation coming up Broadhead Road. So retiming the signals, doing perhaps some synchronization. adding turn lanes to reduce, the weight at traffic lights. That should all improve the flow of the traffic coming up Broadhead Road towards the intersection, thus eliminating the desire for people to say, I can save, a minute or 2 minutes by, taking a shortcut, around these intersections here. So you have to take that into consideration too, in terms of the big picture, that it's not just improvements to one intersection, but it's looking at the
Sure.
entire corridor and how they impact one of the improvements potentially may impact each other.
Yeah, just an observation that Wagner Road eastbound left turn lane there is an extremely good idea because I was raised in that area, and actually Route 18 went through my front yard. And at age 14, I got an education in eminent domain. Let's just say that.
Oh, boy.
And when you're going down there making that left, people come off people come off the Walmart light like it's a Mad Max movie, and you're making that left and you're watching them come bearing down on you at high speed. So yeah, that left turn lane is a definite improvement there.
Right.
So, but yeah, thank you. I'll try to make some comments here.
Okay, yeah, if you could fill out the survey, it's pretty short. Christina, did you have any more thoughts or
I
comments?
do. I have one other question, and I know this is the million-dollar question that everyone's been asking. Is there any way to widen under the train bridge coming into Monaca? Is there any study going on there? I mean, I guess short of tearing down and rebuilding the train bridge, going into the tunnel there, coming into Monaca.
Right, I know. I live in Conway, so I'm in this corridor rather frequently, and I know exactly what you mean and what you're talking about. Unfortunately, that's not part of this study. Our study begins at Old Broadhead Road,
Okay.
and then continues to the Allegheny County line. So we're not taking a look at that, but yes, that would be a very significant project that would involve the railroad. And I'll make a note of that and indicate that, that's a concern. But that would have to be something that would have to be looked at moving forward.
John, can we come back and do the survey later, or do I have to do the survey before I move to another chat?
Well, I would prefer that you do the survey now so that you do it. But it will also be listed on the SPC website. These presentations will be recorded. You'll be able to view them on there, and you'll be able to fill out the survey then as well.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
all right, well, thank you. I'll be hanging out here if you choose to drop back in, but otherwise, fill out the survey and then please go in and join another room that you may be interested in.
All right. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I did it. All right, I'm moving on. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Christina, did you want to join another room?
Sorry, we're filling out our Survey Monkey right now. So I'd rather just, we're gonna go through that and then, but I think we're okay. We don't need to go into another room.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure you didn't get stuck in limbo and need some
No, no, no. So
assistance.
if I fill out, we finish our Survey Monkey, do we just like back out now and just leave the presentation?
Well, you can either back out and go to the main room and wait for the wrap up.
Okay.
Or you can, if you don't want to wait for the wrap up, then you could just leave.
Oh, all right. Okay. I'm assuming I can get back into my Survey Monkey. This is talk about being old and technically
Oh.
technical difficulties.
Yeah, sorry I interrupted you.
Oh, no, that's okay. I'm gonna we just wanted to turn our mic off because we were discussing how to answer some of these questions.
Sure.
But we do like the roundabout idea, really. It's just, I'm telling you, I feel like I take my life in my hands when I come home from work, and I work in Chippewa.
Mhm.
And when I get off of the Monaca exit and come up that hill, before COVID, I kept telling my husband, it reminded me of, and I don't know how old you are, but the Jetsons
Yes.
with, the cars zooming by. And as I
Right.
said, when I came up that hill, this was November of 2019, the guy behind me was, everybody's on their cell phone.
Yeah.
You know, he was traveling 55 miles an hour and I'm sitting at the red light at the top of the hill there.
Wow.
And I saw him coming. I knew he wasn't going to stop. But as I said, they either ride the berm if they're going to center,
Mhm.
or, you know, they see the green light. When they're down at the bottom of the hill, they see 2 green lights. So they just gun it, thinking they're going to actually make that green light at the top of the hill, which I know you're not. And it's very, very dangerous. I'm just,
Right, right.
Really,
It'll
yeah.
be interesting to see now that the cracker plant is going online and construction is winding down, how the traffic patterns may change there.
well, that's true. Absolutely. That's right. And that's another concern of my husband and I is that the hotels now, you know, what are they going to do with the hotels when the
Right.
cracker plant is done? There's so many things in this area. It's when we moved out here, we have 3 acres off of Old Broadhead Road. We're right behind the Shell gas station.
Mhm.
You know, I thought I was moving out to the boondocks when we moved out here 30 years ago. Now it's terrible. I mean, the
Right.
traffic at night and trying to pull out of Wilhelm Drive,
Yes,
it's just unbelievable how it's increased.
It's
Right.
not only that too, John. This is Rick, Chris's husband.
hi, Rick.
How you doing?
Good.
All the hotels, I mean, everybody's coming from out of town.
Mhm.
Nobody's familiar with all the roads around here. We've probably seen,
Yeah.
since we've been here, 20 to 50 accidents just up by the Sunoco gas station.
That's Stone Quarry Road,
Right,
where people are coming out of the hotels, and the sight line is terrible. And as I said, people from out of town, I don't know whether they don't realize that, you know, people are going 40. I know the speed limit is 35, but they're going 45 to 50 miles an hour on Old Broadhead Road,
mhm.
and they pull out there and, you know, trying to cross that road. The locals are trying to get away from the traffic on the highway, so they cut across Stone Quarry Road to go up North Branch.
Right,
And it's a bad situation.
right.
John, to be honest with you, I told, trying to think,
Josh,
Josh before, yes. We've been here 31 years. I can't even stand to sit out on my porch anymore. That's how
Yes.
noisy it is.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I'm, let's see, my parents moved here in 71 to Conway, and I graduated high school in 85. So, yeah, I've been here for a while. I'm familiar with how things have changed in this area. And yeah,
Mhm.
it's been quite dramatic over that period of time.
sure. Yeah, so I mean, we just heard about this planning, so it's wonderful that we've been able to hear and, you know, give our 2 cents as far as that goes. But
Right,
it really is. I'm just wondering, as you said, even though with the Shell plant, the construction phase will be ending probably in the next year or so, but of course, other businesses will be moving in, hopefully,
right,
as the plant continues. So it's a study that needs to be done for sure.
right.
So
Okay, well, I have a new person that has
Okay.
joined us here, so I'm going to
I'll mute myself. Thank you, John.
okay, yeah, thank you very much, Christina and Rick, and yeah, leave your comments, and then we'll catch up with you hopefully when we return to the debrief at the end. Hi, Sean, welcome. Sean, are you there? Oh, there you are. I see you. You can unmute yourself and speak. You and I are the only, well, and Christina, but yes, hello.
How are you doing?
Good. So I'll walk you through. We have about 8 or 10 minutes. I'll go through this and show you what the various alternatives are. We're looking at, so we're going from Old Broadhead Road as you come out of Monaca up to the Frankfurt Road, Old Broadhead Road intersection, which is at the intersection there where you would head towards 376. So starting as we as you're coming out of Monaca, we're looking at signal retiming at all the intersections through this stretch to make it more efficient so that there's less delay at each of the lights.
That's good.
Coming down from Frankfurt Road, heading towards Monaca, we are, one of the alternatives is to install a left turn lane onto Wagner Road, and then a right turn lane for traffic that is heading onto Old Broadhead Road to go up by Penn State Beaver there. Right now, I know folks use the shoulder of the road to make that right turn, but just really formalizing that, providing again extra space to eliminate delay and traffic backup at both of those intersections, the one at Wagner for the left turn onto Wagner, and then the one at Old Broadhead Road. Excuse me. Then we're looking at pedestrian improvements to connect the Walmart Plaza with the Lowe's and the Township Marketplace Plaza. There are gaps in the sidewalks. There are the crosswalks could be better marked. The pedestrian circulation can be improved by completing the gaps. We're recommending that the transit stops be improved to be ADA accessible and provide standing pads and shelters at the locations, one on the Walmart Plaza side and one on the Wagner Drive side over by between, what is it, Kohl's and Lowe's. But the major point of discussion for this section of the corridor really is Frankfurt Road. So this is these are the existing conditions at Frankfurt Road. We have a false capacity on the southbound. So if you're heading on Broadhead Road towards Center Township, so you're coming past the mall, heading towards Center Township through this intersection, you have two lanes that merge into one travel lane going into Center Township. And so that is promoting some aggressive driving in that particular situation. Also, you're probably aware that there's what we refer to as split phase traffic signaling at this intersection. And so it's a four-way split phase, which means that when one direction has the green light, the other three traffic signals are red, so nobody else can proceed. So even that, if you're heading from the mall southbound on Broadhead Road into Center Township, if you have the green light, the northbound traffic on Broadhead Road has a red light. So that's causing significant traffic delays here. And so by eliminating that split phasing, that would be an improvement in itself. And then we have the high-speed slip ramps that are really promoting high-speed travel through this area and leading to crashes at each legs. So there's room for improvement at the intersection in those aspects. We grade the level of service. That means how much traffic is going through the intersection and does the existing configuration support that? And it's ranked on a letter grade system, A through F, F being the worst, A being the best. And right now we're at a letter grade F, given really the split phasing of the signals here at this intersection. So we have two alternatives that can be considered for improvements here. The first alternative is to remove the split phase signaling. So that means that the north and southbound lanes would be green at the same time, and the east and westbound lanes would be green at the same time. What that would do is that doubles essentially the capacity of the intersection, the level of service right off the bat. We also will look at accommodating the heavier volumes of traffic in a better manner. So a lot of the traffic goes from Broadhead onto Frankfurt Road and from Frankfurt Road onto Broadhead Road. And so looking at how we can accommodate that in the best manner from a flow perspective. So coming up the hill from 376, providing 2 left-hand turn lanes, a through lane, and a right-hand turn lane, really accommodates the volume of traffic that we have better by taking 2 lanes of traffic from Frankfurt Road and then proceeding north onto Broadhead Road through the intersection there. And then on the north and southbound legs of Broadhead Road, we would have a left turn lane, a right turn lane, and a through lane. I'm asking to wrap up. They're about to reconvene. So I'm going to go to the next alternative, which is a roundabout. So this is would be an alternative that increases the capacity or the level of service from the no build situation of a level F to A or C level of service based on, depending on which leg, whether you're on Broadhead north-south or Frankfurt Old Broadhead east-west. And so this is a hybrid roundabout which provides for the 2 lanes of travel or traffic coming off of Frankfurt Road and then directing them onto either they have the option, they could both go onto Broadhead Road, or you can stay on the inside of the circle and then exit at the other exits off of the roundabout. And so this dramatically improves the level of service. It increases the safety at the intersection. Roundabouts are provide a higher level of safety than a traditional intersection would provide. So that's the quick overview. There is a survey in the chat box. If you would please go there and let us know what your preferences are based on there's either no build, there's the option 2, which is the removal of split phasing and condensing the intersection and realigning the traffic patterns to reflect the volumes going through the intersection better, or there's this option 3, which is the roundabout.
Okay, awesome. I appreciate you taking the time explaining that.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
All right, you have a good night. Thank you.
You too.